Hey guys, welcome to another vlog from cvltechh. Hope you all are doing well, and if you have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe our channel, share our channel, like it. So if you are planning to buy an apartment or a flat in your city, then today's vlog is for you. So let's get started. So guys, very congratulations if you're taking a decision to buy a new flat for you, because I think to buy a new flat, it's everybody's dream. But before purchasing your flat, it's very important to understand few major points, so that while making a deal, it should turn with a good deal rather than going under a kind of scams. So there are a lot of builders in the market. They charge you overprice, and maybe the documentation is not clear, and then later on you face a lot of issues after purchasing the flat. So to avoid such kind of problems further, it's very important to understand few checklists before purchasing your flat. So let's go one by one. So there are two segments here again. One, what is your requirements? So there are different requirements. Second, builder point of view, or if you finalize a particular project, what are the things to be taken at. So let us see the first part, that is your requirements. So the first important thing, you should set your budget, because the budget is very important. You should think what budget you are going to buy a flat. That first thing, it should be ready, because that will decide how much of money you want to invest on your particular flat. So whether you are going to give your own contribution or it will be a bank funded. So you have to be ready with that kind of budget, because based on budget only rest of the things can be finalized. So second point is very important, that is your purpose of investment. That is, either you want to buy a flat for a self-occupancy, or you want this particular flat so that you can rent out to someone else. Third is the investment purpose. So each scope is different. If you want to have a self-occupancy, then there are different parameters which need to be taken care. If it should be rented, then you have to make sure that as soon as you buy a flat, the particular flat, you can rent it out. Then the location, the nearby premises is very important for that. Again, investment, if you're looking at investment point of view, then you have to think some of the parameters, such as in future where there will be growth in that particular area. Are there any government project currently going on, or in future, if there are certain government projects which is coming up near, what is the accessibility nearby? So these are the points, key areas which we need to focus on, right? So this is the purpose. Third is the area. Based on your budget, you have to decide what kind of, or what exact area you need to purchase. That is area, or you can say project unit type, whether you want to purchase 1 BHK or 2 BHK or 3 BHK or penthouse, based on your budget. So first, if you have fixed your budget, then you have to set an area, like you need 600 square feet as 1 BHK, below that 2 BHK, somewhere around, let's say 750 to, it goes up to 1200, 1300 square feet. You need 3 BHK, start from, let's say 1000 square feet to maybe 1800 square feet, or you need a penthouse which is, let's say, above 2500 square feet. So that is very important to decide. Based on your budget, you have to decide. Again, one more parameter you have to involve is based on your family members, how many members of family you are going to stay there, whether 3 members, 4 members, how many children. So based on that also you can decide whether you need 2 BHK or 3 BHK. Let's say 1000 square feet flat is there. So 1000 square feet flat, even 2 BHK is there, 3 BHK is there, right? If you have your let's say wife, you and your children, and you have your mother and father, in that case it's better to have 3 BHK, because for children there will be study room, for you and your wife will be there 1 bedroom, and the third bedroom, let's say, might be for your parents. So in that case, 1000 square feet you need 3 BHK. In some cases, if the same 1000 square feet, if you have a very small family of 4 or 5 members, then even 2 BHK is more than sufficient. The next point which you have to remember is appreciation. Whether the property which you are going to buy, will it appreciate within the due course of time, maybe within 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years in the future, so that if you want to resell the flat, a good appreciation should happen to the amount which you have invested, right? So again, to consider this appreciation, what you have to consider, whether nearby, is there any colleges are there, whether is there nearby you have some certain commercial complex or mall, whether nearby there is certain office area so that people go there and start working. If that is the nearby, then again your property will appreciate in a good manner. If government have announced some of the good let's say maybe a joggers park nearby, again your property value will get increased. So these are the small things which you need to consider in this particular category called as appreciation. Then next part is the location. This is very important because let's say you are working at different place and you want to buy a particular flat. So based on your budget, again the location will get changed, right? If you want to looking a property at very nearby city or center of the city, the price will be very high. But if you have a proper budget, then you can go for it. But your if budget is less, then you have to little bit you have to move towards the outskirts of the cities, right? So in that case, try to make sure that the distance covered from your office to the new home which you are planning to purchase, it should not be too much, right? Traveling for 3 hours, 4 hours, or maybe 2.5 hours definitely is going to be a hectic life for you. What is the purpose after buying a property if you don't have a peace, right? So it's very important that the location or distance time travel from your office to your home should not be more than 1.5 hours. That should be, I think, a yield point, So ideally 30, 34, 40 minutes in the city, I think it's a good, quite good location distance from that. But more than that, it's somehow okay because we are living in multiple cities, and that because of traffic, a lot of things, the time may go up to 1 hour. That's also okay. 1.5 hours is a yield point. But more than that, if the distance is there, then I prefer not to purchase that property at such a far locations. Then further point is accessibility. If you're traveling to your office through a government transport modes, such as maybe buses are there, or a metro is there, or any kind of mode of transport, maybe a tram is there. So you have to make sure while purchasing the property, the location or the flat should be near to this kind of facilities. It should be near to your bus stand, it's a walkable distance. It should be very nearby to your metro stations. It should be very near to your trams, so which makes your life little bit easier while commuting to your offices. So these are the very important point for accessibility point of view. Nearby, you should have nearby certain hospitals. In emergency cases, you should be able to travel it with ease. Let's say if you are gone to a certain outstation because of your work or any kind of other objectives. So if your family members without you should be able to travel to hospital with very ease in emergency cases. So that is very important point you should keep in mind. Next important point is safety. So if you want to commute late in nights, or your family members came through outstation late in the night, so it should be very safer to travel from that particular main bus stand or that particular main railway station to your home. So try to select a location where there is a lot of proper traffic in the late in the nights as well, or there is enough lighting systems, or there will be nearby police stations, so that this area will become a little bit more safer. So safety is again very important point you need to consider that. The last but not least is water supply. There is a huge problem for most of the projects in India. There is a water shortage across most of the cities in India, right? So though we build larger projects, but water is a major problem again. So drinking water supply, you have to make sure that is there with your projects. You don't depend only on borewell systems or a particular well projects, because that if you start using your drinking water from through borewells or a well outside, then the hardness is going to much higher. It's not good for your health. Though we have a treatment plant site in the most of the larger projects now, but still I prefer if there is a government supplied water supply for your drinking waters, this is going to be very helpful for you. So make sure while selecting a project, ask them particular salesperson that whether the water supply is there government or it's there on site. So avoid if the water supply is not there. So the first part, I've explained your requirements point of view, what are the points which we need to consider before purchasing a flat. Next, again the very important point, if you have shortlisted a property, then what are the points to be looked at from builder perspective or the project perspective. First thing, you have to make sure that project is registered for RERA or any of the organization local organization or a regulatory body for this real estate industry at your countries. So make sure the project is registered to a particular regulatory authorities, because that will make sure that project is legal, all the parameters are correct. Even it will be ensured that project will complete in time, because if they don't complete project in time, there will be a lot of penalties on them. So they have to make sure they do the project execution in time. Second, with this regulatory authorities, the government bodies or the regulatory authorities will make sure that these particular builders will not able to utilize the fund which people have paid towards this flat more than the execution. So whatever the execution they did, only that much fund they can withdraw from this particular escrow accounts. So that will ensure that your project is safe. So guys, requesting you, without, if any project is not registered, don't buy a property in that particular projects. Second, whether this project is sanctioned by authorized banks or not, because these are the banks, maybe HDFC, Standard Charters or ICICI or any other banks. So all these banks will make sure that this project is pre-approved. If the project is pre-approved from these banks, multiple banks, then what it have done, these banks have collected the required documents, they have done the required checks from their end. So again, there is a good chance that the project is in a proper documentation phase and everything is clear. There is no issue with the project legalities. So second point is also very important. Third point is the land title. Make sure the land title is clear. All the authorities are given to the builder by the landowner. How you'll ensure that? You can ask that document from the builder. Moreover, the bank which have sanctioned this, they have gone through it. So it's better to ask such kind of documents and check with your legal lawyer, so that it will be good enough for you. Then the next point, which is very important, that the price on which they have told you or quoted you, make sure the price is not overpriced for you. Then how you check this? So what you have to do, just go to the nearby project, similar kind of projects, see what is the price they are quoting to you, so that at least roughly you get certain idea what is the rate in that particular area. So that will ensure the rate which quoted by this builder which you have shortlisted this property is not overpriced. At least go and take quotation for 5 to 6 projects, nearby projects. Next point is you have to make sure, check the builder's reputation in the market. How will you check this? You can go through internet, see the different kinds of feedbacks, see how many projects they have executed earlier, if they have executed more projects, if they're in the market for larger duration. So that is a good chance that he is a good builder. So check the builders, check whether is there any awards received for this project in terms of green projects, in terms of quality parameters. So there is a quality parameters called as CRISIL, whether they have registered for CRISIL, if CRISIL have awarded certain rating for them, or if you are in different countries, might be every country will have its own quality parameters certification. See if that is registered with them, this particular project is registered with them. Also, you can check whether any kind of awards they have received, such as best project of the year, best quality of project of the year. So such kind of awards will be the, see if this project have received such kind of awards. So it will ensure you that this project is good, Then last but not least, if you have finally decided to buy a particular property, before purchasing, at least go and talk to certain customer or existing customer of that project. Also talk to the existing customers from a different project of a same builder, so that they will give certain feedback to you after purchasing, how the builder treat to you, whether they maintain this property for minimum next 2 years, what is the tentative maintenance period they are going to give. So what are the projects they have finished earlier, let's say before 3 years, 4 years, are they maintaining it properly? Talk to this customer so that you will get an exact feedback from customer. No, definitely nobody is going to give you 100% good feedback, but at least try to average it out. If you have talked to 5%, make sure at least 3 people say good about this particular builder. If that is the case, go ahead and book the flat. Hope today's video was very important for you. Hope it was helpful for you. And if you are planning for flat, if you have any further queries, what are the points which I have to more than that, please comment us, we'll get back to you. And I wish you get your dream home with less price, with good quality, and whatever the requirement you have, I wish that will match with your finalized project. And don't forget to share our channel, don't forget to subscribe our channel, Don't forget to like our channel. Keep watching us, and if you need something, if you want us to make certain video the topic what you want, please comment us. We'll make a video on that as well. Till then, I'm your friend Mahesh signing off from this vlog. Take care and goodbye.